Coming up next, how will COVID affect voters and workers at local polling places?
It's just too risky for me to go out and vote in person, let alone work at the polls.
How a younger generation is stepping up to help with voting this November.
Plus, how a local family farm is keeping fall festivities alive during this unusual year.
And a comedian using her background to break Puerto Rican stereotypes in local comedy. The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon, Preston Shoemaker, for joining us for the Center County Report.
And I'm Rizal Ventura. Election Day is just 3 weeks from today, and Pennsylvania continues to be a key battleground state. President Trump is back in PA tonight for a rally at the Johnstown-Cambria County Airport. The rally begins at 7 with doors opening at 4 p.m., but anyone attending has to reserve their tickets online in advance. The second Trump-Biden debate scheduled for Thursday has been canceled. There's one more debate scheduled for October 29th.
This election is unlike any other in recent years because of the coronavirus pandemic. Reporter Layla Mitchell says that means changes among voters and polling place workers.
It's just too risky for me to go out and vote in person, let alone work at the polls.
Rachel Millenbach says she made a tough choice because of the pandemic. She won't be working the polls this election, and she's not alone.
Well, in the primary, I didn't work the polls because of COVID and being older, and my job, I work with older people, so I felt I would be putting everybody at risk.
But it's still critical for people to vote in this important election.
Voting is really important, and being able to vote during a pandemic is also just really important.
State College Precinct 28 Judge of Elections, Jordan Emily, knows some people are worried about showing up in person at the polls, either as a voter or a worker. He says while Center County isn't facing a critical shortage of poll workers, it will be different.
Previously, we've seen a lot of poll workers be older citizens, right? We've seen a lot of poll workers be in that 50 to 60-year-old range. They're actually doing this. They've been doing it for a long time. I wouldn't say there's necessarily a shortage, but we're just seeing a different demographic of people who want to come out and do this.
More younger people will work the polls, and you'll see safety steps. This building behind me, the municipal building on South Allen Street, will be taking extra precautions on Election Day. Each person will have to have their temperatures taken before entering the doors behind me. Polling places are taking other precautions too.
Seeing a lot of pens. The Center County Board of Elections has ordered a lot of pens so that we don't have to be sharing pens at all.
And poll workers encourage people to ask questions to avoid the misinformation about polling places. In State College, I'm Layla Mitchell for the Center County Report.
The last day to register to vote in Pennsylvania is next Monday, and the deadline to request an absentee or mail-in ballot is October 27th.
And we have breaking news right now. The new Central County COVID numbers are in. There are 30 new cases in Central County since yesterday. That brings the total number of cases locally since March to 3,545. The county's numbers of deaths is now at 13. State College continues to issue citations to those in violation of the Barrel Gathering Limit Ordinance. Officials issued 3 citations for the week of September 28th through October 4th, which is the most recent data available. That brings the total to 69 since August. The fine for violating the ordinance is $300 plus court fees.
About 2 weeks after the state sent a mobile COVID testing site to Center County, it's now wrapping up and moving on. Leanne Stapleton has the story.
Hundreds turned out over the past 2 weeks at a pop-up COVID testing site at the Nittany Mall. The State Department of Health opened the site as cases rose in Center County. The department contracted with AMI Healthcare to provide testing. This COVID testing site has been in State College for about 2 weeks, and it's made it easier for community members to get tested. All they had to do was walk up, drive up, and fill out one of these forms, and they would get their test results back in about 48 hours. The site provided free nasal swab testing services like these demonstrated by AMI technicians. Medical workers said the testing revealed plenty of positive cases.
Our positivity rate went from the first week starting about 6% to about 10 to 11%. So that means that 1 out of every 10 vehicles is going to be probably positive, which is pretty high.
Saturday was the final testing day for the site. The mobile unit now moves on to another Pennsylvania location.
The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania will tell us, hey, we have a problem in this county. I want you guys to go over there and test. So our unit, which is mobile, we're able to take this down in 48 hours, okay, and move it to whatever county we need to do that.
It is unknown if the unit will return to our area again. In State College, I'm Leanne Stapleton for the Center County Report.
Even though that testing site is gone, there are more resources in the community to get COVID testing.
The Central County coroner has confirmed one person died in a crash that closed Route 322 for hours yesterday. The multi-vehicle crash happened in Porter Township near the Harley-Davidson business. The road was closed and traffic detoured for about 5 hours. And another person died in a second crash last night that happened on I-80 in Walker Township. State College police are looking for public help to track down whoever flipped over a car in the street. Here's what it looked like. Police say someone flipped the car on East Fairmount Avenue sometime late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. Officers say they left fingerprints from the vehicle. They're asking anyone with information to contact them by phone or on the department's website.
If you're a State College resident or Penn State student, you know all about the slow traffic and years of construction along North Atherton Street. Well, it's finally finished. PennDOT says the 3-year Atherton Street project has been completed. It included relocation of utility lines, sewers and water lines, drainage improvements, and traffic signal upgrades. There will be new projects on other parts of Atherton Street in the years to come, but this project is done. Free 2-hour parking in downtown State College will continue this fall. Borough Council extended the free parking at street meters and provided discounts to employees of downtown businesses for parking permits. The goal is to promote easy parking for visitors during the pandemic and encourage shopping downtown.
The fall season is in full swing, and there are plenty of family activities to do safely during the pandemic. A local family farm has just wrapped up its fall festival weekends, but has more things to come. Leanne Stapleton has more.
The fall can be a perfect time of the year to make memories with family and friends, especially when the coronavirus pandemic is keeping many people close to home this year. One local favorite is Wasson Farm, which held its fall festival this month.
Just have a family day. We've got a lot of different things, so you could spend a whole day here if you really wanted to.
It's an easy destination that's close to home for many people in Center County.
It's not too far outside of State College, so they don't have to go too far from home. Just to kind of be out in the open, see the beautiful mountain, as it changes colors throughout the season.
The Wasson Family Farm Fall Festival is a good time for everybody of all ages. Even during the pandemic, it's good to get out of the house and spend time with the family. There's anything from pumpkin picking to a hayride to a corn maze, and there's even homemade ice cream, wine tasting, and delicious homemade pulled pork sandwiches. Families told us it's a nice way to spend an afternoon.
Great family experience during tough time. Just giving little motivation to little kids to remember them, Halloween experience. And it is a nice, actually gorgeous view back there in the mountains.
Even though the weekend event draws a large crowd, the farm is taking steps to ensure safety.
We do have to social distance our line. There's fewer people on our hayride wagons. We had to create a lot of additional signage and things like that, just to encourage people, to wear their mask, as well as to maintain a distance.
Wasson's Fall Festival officially wrapped up over the weekend, but the farm will still be open and selling pumpkins and other goods in the market until the end of the month. In State College, I'm Leanne Stapleton for the Center County Report.
Wasson Farm will also host a trunk or treat event later this month for local families to celebrate Halloween.
It's been a rainy couple of days in Central PA, but is the rain over yet? Nick has our 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Also coming up, it's homecoming weekend in Happy Valley. See how Penn State is celebrating both in person and virtually this year because of the coronavirus.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. my human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling.
pedaling.
Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Week is here, a time when alumni, fans, students, and local residents are normally getting ready for a football game, downtown parade, and other events. But this year, it looks a lot different. Reporter Jason Schulman has the story.
One of Penn State's most popular traditions is its annual homecoming week, filled with events and celebrations to commemorate all the hard work the university does throughout the year. Like many other events this semester, homecoming week has largely transitioned to a virtual format to practice safe social distancing.
It is so special to know that we can still bring people together despite this being such a difficult year.
In true homecoming tradition, the week usually concludes with a homecoming football game. While Penn State's first home game isn't scheduled for a few more weeks, the homecoming committee remains optimistic and embraces the moments this week has to offer.
Our mission is to celebrate tradition and instill pride in the Penn State community and to bring people together. And so we wanted to continue to do that despite the fact that there wasn't going to be a football game.
One of the few events taking place in person is Nittany Night on the Hub lawn. As you can see behind me, students and families are huddled together to watch Casper the Friendly Ghost. I guess you can say it's a haunted night. The annual homecoming parade won't make its way around Penn State's campus and downtown this year. Instead, it'll be shown on the homecoming website where everyone around the world can watch.
After that event, we're going to be able to look back and reflect on the entire week and be like, we've gone through a lot this year, and like being proud that like we got through.
In University Park, I'm Jason Schulman for the Center County Report.
If you want to learn more about homecoming events this week and how to watch the parade this Friday, check out the website homecoming.psu.edu.
It's been a wet start to the work week, which has given us a break from the dry stretches we've been seeing the last couple weeks here in central Pennsylvania. Seeing conditions clearing at Beaver Stadium right now, where temperatures are currently sitting in the upper 50s. We did have a cold front move through this morning, but that has now continued to move eastward, and we are seeing some lingering moisture in places like western and central Pennsylvania. That cloud cover will continue to gradually clear as we start working our way into this afternoon and evening. But looking at a wider view, we do see that plenty of moisture is working its way into the northeast, with plenty of relief expected for the drought. Hopefully we'll see a dent put in the drought that the region has been seeing for some time now. And speaking of drought, look here in central Pennsylvania, seeing a wide bullseye of moderate drought and also severe drought, which has now started to encompass State College and Williamsport. And hopefully we'll see some relief and a dent put in this drought monitor, as we saw some rain yesterday with the remnants of Hurricane Delta, and also some showers this morning associated with a cold front. Temperatures across central Pennsylvania right now sitting into the upper 50s, and some places like Altoona getting into the 60s. Much of the same across the Commonwealth, with mostly seeing upper 50s, some places already getting the 60s like Erie and Philadelphia. Expected to see those temperatures continue to increase as the cloud cover starts to lessen as we head into the afternoon. Starting to see gradual clearing as we head into Tuesday afternoon. Most will be clear by this evening, and overnight hours looking clear as well. Can't rule out some clouds moving in from the northern tier and into parts of central Pennsylvania, but most will remain clear as high pressure continues to dominate the region into the middle of the week. See a weak boundary move through on Wednesday evening. That'll just bring some cloud covers to the northern tier and parts of central Pennsylvania, but that'll move out as we head into the morning of Thursday, where we will start to track our next weather maker. But for today, we're starting to clear out. Temperatures getting into the low to mid 60s here in central Pennsylvania. Overnight, temperatures dropping into the low 40s with mostly clear conditions. As we start heading into tomorrow, we have temperatures rising back up into the 60s with plenty of sunshine to go around. So make sure you get out there and enjoy it. For a 7-day, I'm seeing some sun, and I'm also seeing some drought relief with a cold front on Friday. Conditions clearing out as we head into the middle of the week. Seeing a chance for rain on Friday. Sunshine back in the forecast for Saturday, and things starting to cloud up again as we head into the end of the weekend. Now I'm going to send it over to Gwen with sports.
Thanks, Nick. Coming up in sports, find out how you can have your face inside Beaver Stadium this football season. We'll have the details. Also coming up, the State College Little Lions' first home game in their newly renovated stadium. We have the highlights. That's after the break.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Hi, I'm Peter. There's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first, don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
Don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
I'm Gwyneth Falloon with sports. We start with high school football. The State College Little Lions are back on track after beating Cumberland Valley in their first home game over the weekend. We were at Memorial Field for the game. Coming off a loss to Central Dauphin, the State College Little Lions were looking for their first win Friday night, and they got it. State College shut out the Cumberland Valley Eagles 31-0. Quarterback and wide receiver Conrad Moore started the game with a 60-yard touchdown on the opening play.
It was awesome. Going out there 7-0, starting the day. It was great. Great confidence booster for our guys, and I think it really gave them a lot of comfort seeing that happen so fast and give us a lot of confidence.
Moore finished the game with 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. After giving up 35 points the week before, the Little Lions defense seemed nearly unbreakable, putting a stop to the Eagles.
Our defense was tremendous tonight, and we had a couple different faces in there, and guys just showed up and made plays. So guys were flying all over the place. So it was a fun game for us to watch from the defensive side, and just really proud of the kids' effort.
The State College offense finished the game with 254 rushing yards and 120 receiving yards. The defense ended with 60 total tackles and 2 sacks. Next week, the Little Lions take on the Thundering Herd in Carlisle. In other Center County High School football games, Bald Eagle beat Phillipsburg Osceola 28-6. Bellefonte beat Huntingdon 62-20, and Tyrone remains undefeated after beating Penns Valley 27-21. In NFL news, we now have a winner in the Battle of Pennsylvania. Sunday's game in Pittsburgh featured a socially distant crowd of 4,700 fans. Tailgating was not allowed outside the stadium, masks were required inside, and fans were spaced out throughout the stands. As for the game, the Steelers proved to be too much for the Eagles and grabbed the 38-29 win. Ben Roethlisberger threw for 3 touchdowns, and rookie wide receiver Chase Claypool finished the day with 110 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. Carson Wentz had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The Steelers are undefeated and are 4-0 for the first time in over 40 years. They host the Browns on Sunday. The Eagles fall to 1-3-1, and things do not get easier when the Ravens come to town on Sunday. Beaver Stadium won't be filled with fans this season, but it won't be empty either. Penn State is selling cardboard cutouts like these to fill the stands ahead of Penn State's home opener on Halloween. One cutout costs $85 with a $20 discount for students. A portion of the sales will benefit Thon and Penn State Equity and Inclusion programs. A banner will also be placed in the student section honoring the classes of 2020 and 21, and seniors can have their name on the banner for the whole season. The cutouts and banner are part of Penn State's new Virtual Valley experience, which features game day activities meant to engage fans. Penn State Athletic Director Sandy Barber has been honored nationally. She's listed among Sports Illustrated's most powerful women in sports right now. The list celebrates the unrelenting change makers, women who are powerful, persistent, and purposeful in their pursuits. According to SI, Barber is one of only 5 women athletic directors in the Power 5 conferences. Deputy Director Athletics Lynn Holleran says it's Barber's leadership that sets her apart.
The way she has led throughout this has been an extreme amount of work and tiresome effort on her part, but she is so passionate about her student athletes and her people and Penn State that she has done a remarkable job.
Barber arrived at Penn State in 2014. She's originally from Annapolis, Maryland, and grew up in a military family. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Gwen. Coming up next, how one Penn State theater professor is spreading laughter during the pandemic. We'll have more on that story after the break.
Taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Start a Story, a adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
The coronavirus pandemic, the lockdowns, and quarantine have made it tough for people to stay positive, but some have tried to turn the negatives into positives. People like Penn State theater instructor Manela Ramirez, who started her own comedy YouTube channel during this crazy year.
I'm like, so I got myself skates, so I'm gonna go to the park where he skates, trying to get his attention. My skate's so good!
From Ponce, Puerto Rico to Penn State, Malena Ramirez has always been drawn to acting. She started her journey at this university doing a Master of Fine Arts acting program. She is now a theater and acting instructor.
She's very fun. She brings a lot of energy to the class, even on like the online format. And she's very just caring, very passionate about acting.
Ramirez created her YouTube channel after taking a physical comedy workshop, which taught her that in these rough times, she needed to share her comedy talent with the world. She impersonates 7 characters, each with different personalities, images, and attitudes.
Acting is the way I express myself because I feel my characters say more about me than what I say about me. And it's also a way of getting to know myself as a human and understand other human beings.
This is where the magic happens, at her apartment. But Malena doesn't only care about making funny videos. She also includes in some of them sensitive topics like racism, women's rights, and animal rights to educate her viewers through comedy.
Of course, I'm her favorite. No, actually, I am her favorite. I am her favorite. I am her favorite. She knows so much about me that she can play with it.
While they keep arguing, she'll keep enjoying impersonating them and bringing laughs to her viewers. Her goal is to have her own comedy show in the future and help and make sure that Hispanic stereotypes decrease on the media. For now, she'll keep bringing laughs from State College and teaching students to appreciate the art of acting.
What a great story, Roselle. That's all for today's newscast. You can find more of our stories on our website, centercountyreport.com. Our next newscast is on Friday, but you can follow us anytime for breaking news on Twitter. That's at Center County REP or on our Facebook page. We also have a Center County Report Instagram. Have a great day.
No.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.